Over the past few months, I've been scrolling on TikTok seeing everyone's dream setup, which made me feel left out. I wanted to play games at the highest FPS and have the best setup for content creation. Because look at the state of my desk and even my chair. Yeah, I know. It's bad. That's when I decided to go all in and build my $10,000 dream setup. I started off with the basics, cleaning up all this junk, making the walls cleaner, painting it, putting a bit of extra decorations. I also ended up adding lights, a custom sign, and just a few extra items. That way I can call this my setup. I can say that this is truly me. Yeah, it's been kind of a few months, but we're here. And believe me, building this setup was a journey. And no, I'm not rich. I'm actually really lucky and I get sent out these products to test out or review, and even a few of them are my sponsors, like Gigabyte and Aftershock, which actually leads me into my ultimate gaming PC. They were kind enough to send me a customized PC. In terms of general specs, it has Intel's latest Ultra 7 265K and Gigabyte's Z8090 motherboard. It has the latest Wi-Fi 7, so I don't have to worry about lag, Gigabyte's RTX 4080 Super, and 32 gigs of RAM. I'll put the rest of the specs in the description if you're interested. I know this is a first world problem, but I really do appreciate the easy plug Gigabyte has put into this motherboard. Instead of screwing and unscrewing the antennas for the Wi-Fi, you just plug it in. So one of the reasons why I got my PC from them is they were able to panel print my favorite wallpaper. I've been using this wallpaper on my desktop for the past 3 years, and now it's on top of my GPU backplate. My intended use for this PC is content creation and gaming. With Black Ops 6 being recently released, my previous PC was struggling on medium settings. Now I'm actually playing on ultra settings, experiencing a stable 190 to 210 FPS even after playing for a few hours. Now one benefit of not building my own PC is the clean cable management, because I'm a PC builder and I always skip out on this. And since I have the NZXT H9 Flow, there are actually airflow vents on the back of the PC case, which means if your cable management isn't cluttered, there'll be more room to breathe. Now what I love about this, even if this PC breaks, I'm not gonna have a headache if it breaks. I'll just bring it back to them because I have 3 years of warranty for this PC. Now since majority of this build has Gigabyte parts, I can utilize the Gigabyte control center. RGB fusion is really helpful if I want to switch all the RGB lights and keep it synced. However, my RAM is a different brand, so it doesn't change, which is kind of annoying. Luckily, there's an easy solution for it. Here's a hidden gem, Signal RGB. No matter what brand it is, it will sync up all the lights. Now it looks insanely clean and I can customize the RGB to my liking. Now Gigabyte's control center doesn't stop there. It's so convenient because I can even control the fan speeds. There's a few presets there, and it even has information on my CPU so I can see if it's thermal throttling. I can make this PC very silent with the controls, or even max it out and make it sound like a jet engine. If you're really into it and you're a true enthusiast, you can also tinker with the manual settings. Besides the gaming PC, I made a pretty big purchase this year, and it was the MacBook M1 Max. I actually hate but love Mac. I really do prefer Windows. However, to me it's worth it because for how slim and compact it is and the ability to run all my S-Log3 4K footage, it's amazing. I've also got a 4TB SanDisk SSD because internal storage on Mac just costs way too much more money. This MacBook was the main system that I used for editing, but since I've gotten this new PC, it'll take over. It's still nice though. I have this to take around with me for when I travel because it'll handle all my tasks on the go. Now as for the monitor setup, I've been obsessed with the dual stacked monitor layout. So I went with 2 of Gigabyte's MO34WQC2 34-inch ultra-wide with a QD OLED display and 240Hz refresh rate panel. With how this monitor is spec'd up, gameplay is buttery smooth. The ultra-wide display gives me a nice and immersive experience, especially when I feel like doing some casual gaming. But if I want to get sweaty and win all my games, I can access the tactical switch feature, which changes the screen to a 24-inch type resolution. And I didn't expect this to be so good for productivity, but it quickly connects to my MacBook via USB-C and it even charges it. The colors are vibrant and accurate, making my life as a video editor way easier. In terms of peripherals, I have a few interesting ones. The Corsair M65 Ultra Wireless. It's the first gaming mouse I've owned that can actually customize the weight, which is a nice feature to have. So far, I've had a great experience because I was pretty skeptical trying out wireless peripherals, especially for gaming. And when I do want to do some productivity work, I use the Logitech MX Master 3S. Great for video editing because of the extra scroll wheels, and it has a nice ergonomic feel to it. As for the audio, I either use the HS80 RGB wireless or the Logitech G Pro Wide, which is pretty much just a backup just in case this headset goes flat. Side note, all these peripherals that I have are wireless. I've only charged them once after 1 week of use, which is really nice. As for the keyboard, the K65 Ultra RGB wireless, which adds a compact yet highly responsive input. Pretty nice, pretty clicky. The 75% layout is my go-to right now. Perfect for gaming, perfect for productivity use. But to be honest, it's just your personal preference. As for an alternative keyboard, if I want something more creamy and more clackier, I use Epameker's TH80 Pro. It does feel a little bit more cheaper, but it's still nice and fun to use. To complete the content creation experience, I've equipped myself with Elgato's products of streaming tools. Before, I was using a $7,000 camera setup, which is definitely a waste of resources because I would have to set it up, take it off, take it on. It takes too much time. So instead, I opted in for the Facecam Mark II. Actually, it delivers really high quality videos for the price. It is 1080p video, but the visuals are really clear and nice. I could also adjust my settings in the software Elgato has, which is similar to a professional camera. Now, if you really want to enhance and utilize your camera, you need good lighting. Elgato's key light is really simple and easy to set up and has just enough power to light my face perfectly, surprisingly. And when I do feel like having some crisp audio, instead of using my headset microphone, I have Elgato's Wave 3. It's hooked onto a low profile boom arm, giving me a bit of extra space. Now, one of my favorite pieces of this setup is the Razer Enki X Essential Gaming Chair, which offers ergonomic support. Really good for long gaming sessions, helps me so much. But with all these comfy gaming chairs, I have an honorable mention. This is my stool. It encourages me to have good posture, so I switch it up from time to time. And if you didn't notice, this is my sit and stand desk. It served me really well. I've had it for around 2 years now. It's functional, offers me a massive amount of space with a nice design. This is such an amazing table because it also helps me with my fitness goals. If I'm editing or even gaming, I just put it up and start walking and get my steps. A few extra accessories I have on my desk is this $10 gaming mouse pad. Does the job, no complaints here. And recently I picked up this $50 monitor riser. It just adds a lot of extra depth where I can store my MISC items. Keeps my place so much cleaner, so I'm glad I got this. So yeah, that's my $10,000 gaming setup. Not as crazy as everyone else on YouTube. I don't know how they get them $30,000 setups, but this feels like me. I'm happy to use it every day. It has top tier comfort, unbeatable performance for my needs, and it's the dream come true because it's the ultimate gaming or productivity environment. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Catch you guys in the next video.